This is a steel door, and this is called a knockdown frame. It's a hollow metal frame. Comes in 3 pieces, and they need a 90-minute fire door here, and time was of the essence. And they no longer want this security door here. They're not concerned about the inside look because this is just a utility room. This is the only size of knockdown frame that's available at the Home Depot. I've got a 5-inch jamb. When you look at your jamb, it's these parts that actually wraps around the wall. We're at 4 3/4. So we will definitely have to take off some of that drywall. This is a left-hand outswing. I run my saw here, cut the jamb, and then I can pry it all off and pull these out in pieces. So here's the tension adjusting bracket. Once the jamb is in place, then I put my screwdriver through there and adjust that screw. Pushes this bracket into the studs, and that's what puts tension on the jamb and holds it in place. This one has these straps. So when I open up the wall, I have to secure these straps with a screw inside the wall. Sometimes you don't always have that option. So the outside of the jamb is going to go around the stucco, and then the outside of the jamb will go right along this edge of the 2x4. I have to cut out a section of this drywall to accommodate the frame. Our frame can now slide right over that. So the first thing I do is take the top jamb of the frame and just slide it into place and get it centered, and these things will there's usually enough friction to keep them in place. Now the way you get this thing in can vary depending on the circumstances, but here's what I like to do in this case. So I got my top jamb just set up there, and I just put in one leg here. And you see I got the tabs going into the slots, and this thing is on an angle like that. And what I'll do is push that against there and get it up into place. And I'm not going to be able to use both of these tabs. So for the outside, since I'm not going to wrap it around the stucco, I've just got that thing bent in there. But I will use the inside one because I have wood to attach to. So I leave that out, and I do that on both legs. So with this one sort of lined up, I can do the same thing over here because I have enough room to push that thing up. That's why we need this. These jamb legs are 82 inches, so you need more than 82 inches. And our 82 inches comes right to here, so we have enough room to move this thing up and down. So now on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Put these tabs into these slots, and then I can push each leg into place and push it up. So there, I've got that one set in place. And I've got this one set in place. Now I can push these things up. And there you have it. We're going to work on the hinge side first, just like any other door. And we're going to get this thing plumb and square, and then we'll attach it. Then we'll hang the door and work on the other side. Now before you secure anything, you need to check and make sure you're going to be able to get the door square. I'm starting with the hinge side. You see, this can't go down any lower. I mean, I could chip out the concrete if I had to, but I want to make sure there's room for this door to open. So I don't want to go below this and risk having the door scrape right here. With this in place, you want to take your framing square and put it in place. Now see, I've got a gap right here. And that means this jamb is going down that way. So I have to push that thing up. And it's no problem here. But keep in mind, you could be doing this on any kind of surface. What if there was a piece of molding right here? See, if I secured this and put in my door, I'd have this big gap up here. And the door would be rubbing down there. So I need to make sure I can raise this. So before I secure the hinge side, I need to raise this up. So I just got my pry bar under there and lifted that up about 1/4 of an inch, and I don't even need a shim to hold it, but I'll stick that under there just in case. And now I can check it again with my square. And now look at that. See? Got my framing square against my hinge side, and the top of my framing square touches this. I want to get a screw in here in this strap. I like using these cabinet screws because they have a nice wide head on them. There. Now that thing's in place, and I could put a second one in there. Now with that strap secured, I want to check for square again. And now I've got it nice and square. So what I want to do is start adjusting these tension screws. But I don't want to just crank this one, because then it's going to push the jamb over. So what I do is I just start adjusting this one until I feel it hit the stud. Once it hits that stud, I'll stop, and then I'll go back here and screw in this one until it hits the stud, and that will keep this frame nice and stable. And to do this, I want to use a hand screwdriver. I don't want to crank this down with my drill. Very easy. Now I feel the tension on there, and that's it, just nice and snug. Now I go back over here and I can crank this one down tighter, and you can hear it and you can feel that jamb squeezing together. And just snug, don't need to crank it. There, and see what it does? Pulls that jamb together, gets these gets all the gaps out. You don't want any big gaps here, because then your door's not going to fit properly. So that's it. And this can be adjusted again afterwards. So now that thing's not going to go anywhere. These are 4.5, which is common with commercial security hinges. Has this little set screw that I need to remove with an Allen wrench. So now I can pop this hinge pin. I got a wedge here so I can prop up the door, hang it there, pop in my hinge pin, and then put those hinges into place, and just put one screw in each hinge to hold it and test it. So now I got my top hinge on. I got just 2 screws in here. That's in place. Let's give it a test, see how it looks. This gap looks okay, but we got a big gap at the bottom. So we'll just knock this over, and then we will attach that strap from the inside. That's why you don't need to set this one perfectly. Get your door in first, and then move it to line up with the door. Got a nice even gap down here, and see, now I feel that the door is flush, and it's flush all the way. All of our gaps looking nice, and the door is balanced. It doesn't want to move open, it doesn't want to close on its own. Wherever you put it, it stays there, so that's a sign of a well-hung door. We can screw in this strap down here. Test it again. I can drill a hole and put a screw or 2 in there. So I got 3 screws on each side, just to give it a little more security. Test it again. So I check and put all my screws back in the hinges, and I put my set screw back in here. There's your knockdown frame.